Welcome back. It is Monday, May 22nd in the MLB. Our three favorite picks are on the way. I'm Austin, joined by Logan. Let's recap yesterday. It was an 0-3 day. Sunday baseball was not kind to us. The Blue Jays -1.5. Look, they had plenty of chances against Dean Kramer, then got smoked in extra innings. My A's team total pick, they just could never get anything going against Valdez. Then our no-on first inning was ruined by a solo blast. You guys know we don't have really many 0-3 days in the MLB. I can't remember our last one. It's been over a month since that. So, we're going to bounce back. I know it's been a little bit of a rush stretch since like Friday through Sunday, but we're dialing back in. It's going to be a good Monday. We've obviously been great so far this season, but you're not going to avoid losing days betting baseball every single day. But I'm pretty confident about today's picks. Now, I want to remind people the parlay of the day is back. We do that every Monday through Friday. It is on Dimer's, top link in the description. You go check it out. Our last parlay of the day was on Friday when we cashed those 3 no-run first innings. We cashed 3 parlays of 5 last week. Let's see if we can duplicate that again today. But Logan, we're back with the favorite picks. What you got for the people today?
Yeah, we need a winner in the worst way. I'm going to a team total for my pick, and I'm taking the Pirates team total over 4 runs in this one. -105 on Caesars is currently your best value. Now, some books do have this at 3.5 at -140 or -155 juice. I wouldn't probably play it at that. The juice to me is not worth it because I think if the Pirates are going to hit this over 4, yes, you get the push opportunity at 4, but I like the value. I like the even odds value on the 4, so I probably would look to play it at 4, maybe see if it changes throughout the day. But the reason why I'm sort of going with a team total pick, because normally I do like picking sides, is the game picks have been ice cold. They just have. The Blue Jays was a bad read on my part. They got smoked in extra innings. It's best to isolate variables when you're cold, and a team total is independent of 1, their starting pitcher, and 2, if they win or lose, because they could get smoked in this game and still hit their team total over. But I do think the Pirates win this game. I almost came on here and picked Pirates money line, but I was like, I haven't earned that pick because if they lose and I continue the cold streak, that's a little bit tough. But I think they're going to be very competitive in this game, and if they win by only scoring 3 runs, I would laugh and I would be shocked. But the Pirates are under this line in back-to-back games, but here it is. Under or at 4, so it's kind of risen, even though their team total has not been hitting this consistently. And I'm targeting Dane Dunning. Dane Dunning is the matchup I want because he's been too good. He's not a sub-2 ERA guy, right? Dane Dunning, 1.69 ERA, 0.88 WHIP on the season. Those numbers are really, really dang good. I've watched a lot of baseball. I've watched a lot of Dane Dunning with his little glasses on the mound. Dane Dunning he's just recently been promoted to us in that starting pitcher role. Prior to that, he was working out of the bullpen. The more starts a pitcher makes, the more film is out on them. And the Pirates will analyze what's working for Dane Dunning this year because they had plenty of film on him last year. And he's definitely came back this year, new guy, new pitcher, and he's been getting his pitches to really work. But I'm old enough to remember 2022 Dane Dunning. And Dane Dunning last year was just pretty average, right? And sometimes actually bad at sometimes. 4.46 ERA, 1.43 WHIP, back when Dane Dunning was the starter for the Rangers last year. Like I said, I watched enough of him. I saw him all last year. He was not normally a pitcher I would ever back. And now that they've promoted him once again to the starting pitcher role, I'm like, okay, he's due a slip up because he's been really good in his first 3 starts as the starting pitcher. But I know how baseball works. You got to be 1 game ahead. Batters are making last year. I was looking at how hitters sort of attacked Dane Dunning. They were making him pay with missed locations. Dunning allowed a home run in 7 straight starts to end the season. This year he's been really good at limiting the home run. But if you told me, Logan, he's going to keep that up for the whole year, I'd say no. That's not how pitching works. Eventually he will miss locations. This Pittsburgh offense. Now, while on paper they might not be all that good, 23rd in batting average, 22nd in OPS, I looked at how they're hitting righties recently. They're hitting 247 in their last 3 games versus righties, which is solid enough, hovering in that 250 range for me to be able to trust them to get some hits and runs up on Dane Dunning today. And that Texas bullpen, we know the Rangers bullpen, they're always liable for some runs. Look at Austin's Rockies pick, a few games ago. The Rockies got smoked in that game, but they still hit their team total over because they found some runs late in the bullpen. Depending on how many or how long Dane Dunning goes, I still think there are going to be runs in this Texas Rangers bullpen. So I do like the Pittsburgh Pirates team total over, and that's going to be my pick for the day. But Austin, we need a winner. What do you got for us today?
Logan, while you're rooting for over, I'm going to root for an under today, and I'm going to Dodgers and Braves and taking the under 9.5 runs, minus 115 on Caesars. Now, I did see a couple books at 9 on this one, although I imagine it goes up to 9.5 when you look at where the public is laying on this one. And I'd rather be fading the public in this one because I think there's two starting pitchers that could come out here and pitch decently today, and the bullpens aren't as bad as I think the numbers might indicate. But like I said, 90% of bets are on the over. So if your book's at 9, maybe wait on and check in a little bit, and maybe it goes up to 9.5. You can take it there, and that could go even higher. I really don't. We can't control lines throughout the day. Now, we look at these two, and it can always be scary taking an under in a Dodgers and Braves game because we know how talented these two offenses are. We know, each team could go out there and score 10 runs, and that's why everyone is so comfortable putting the over in all their parlays, betting the over, because they're like, oh, well, these two teams are capable of scoring 6-7 runs. Sure, I'll take the over, but I think these two pitchers are going to come out here and pitch pretty well. Now, on the Braves side, it's going to be Charlie Morton. He's obviously been around for a long, long time, and so far this year, he's been pretty good. 2.85 ERA and a 1.37 WHIP. He has allowed 2 earned runs or less in 6 of his last 7 starts. Now, Morton is not a sub-3 ERA guy, in my opinion. He's going to get some regression in there, but he's crafty. He can get out of those tough jams, and his strikeout prop's sitting around 6.5. So he's been able to get, strikeouts to get out of those tough spots. And the Dodgers do have good splits against him. You look at Betts, you look at Freeman. Those guys have hit him pretty well, but there's still guys out there like Will Smith that are batting like 1 for 9. And when you're trying to score runs, you kind of need the whole team to kind of be contributing. If you have guys out there that are going like 0 for 4, 0 for 5, it's going to be hard to put up runs when you have those guys being easy outs. But I look at Morton, he's been a much better at home guy than he is on the road. I mean, he's an older pitcher. Normally they pitch better at home. We see at home this year, he's been at 2.50 ERA and a 3.07 ERA on the road. But last year, you flash back to last year, 3.05 ERA at home and a 5.72 on the road. So I much rather trust him at home in this spot. And the Dodgers actually haven't really been hitting righties all too well. They're 16th in batting average and 3rd in OPS versus righties. This is a Dodgers team that really relies on the long ball here. And you look at a guy like Morton, only 4 home runs allowed in 47 2/3 innings pitched this season. I expect him to allow some more home runs, but if he can keep the ball in the yard, I think he's going to really limit this Dodgers team. The Dodgers are much better against righties than they are against lefties, but I still think Morton can at least come out here. We're just asking him to not give up, 4 or 5 earned runs. If he comes out here and gives up, 2 or 3 in 6 innings pitched, heck, we'll take that. Now, on the other side, we're going to need a decent start out of Gavin Stone. Now, you might not know of him, and I don't blame you because he is a rookie, and he's making his second ever start. And in his first start, wasn't great. Some room for improvement because his first start, 4 innings pitched, 8 hits, 5 runs, but only 4 of them being earned runs. And look, that was against the Philadelphia Phillies. Like, he's going to be better here today. He's had 3 weeks to go back into the minor leagues, work on the things that didn't work out in his first start. And like Logan talked about, you have a lot more film on like guys like Dane Dunning who have made some more starts. Whereas a guy like Stone, really the Braves don't know what he's coming in with, and I don't see them having a long leash with him. So you're going to see a guy like Gavin Stone, if he comes out struggling in the first couple innings, won't be surprised to see them take him out early. So I think a guy like Stone can pitch better than that. He's obviously one of these guys that the Dodgers really have high hopes for. You wouldn't call up a rookie like this so early and then call him back after a bad start. So I think a guy like him could go out there. He's not going to pitch 6 innings scoreless. And if he does, hey, we'll tip our cap to Gavin Stone. We really appreciate that performance. But the Braves haven't been great against righties. 22nd in batting average, 15th in OPS versus righties. You look at their splits against lefties, they smoke lefties. But Gavin Stone, a right-handed pitcher, I think he can hold his own against the Braves. They're going to score some runs. They're going to have some run opportunities here, but I do think that the Gavin Stone can at least be decent enough to get us a win. And when you look at both these two teams, obviously they both have great records. I think the Dodgers are 29-19 or 29-17, and the Braves are like 29-19 or 29-17. I forget exactly which one's which, but at home, the Braves actually haven't been that great. They're only 12-10 straight up at home. Their offense has struggled at home. The Dodgers on the opposite side aren't great on the road, 12-12 straight up on the road. So I think at the end of the day, both offenses are capable of going out there and scoring a lot of runs. Yes, we know that. But I also think both offenses are capable of going out there. Maybe this is a 4-3 type game where we just see a lower scoring game. We see the pitchers kind of dominate this one. Both bullpens aren't, the best, aren't the worst. Dodgers, if you look on paper, 5th worst bullpen ERA in the league, but I just think that's a little bit, we know, I think by the end of the year, they won't be near that line. Then the Braves have the 13th best bullpen ERA, so they're kind of hovering right there in the middle. The gap between 5th worst and 13th best really honestly isn't too much. But I think both these bullpens are capable. They have talented pitchers there. We're just asking them to, not give up those 3, 4, 5 earned run type games or type innings. And I think we got a good chance here. You got a lot of wiggle room at a 9.5. So give me the under 9.5 runs in this Dodgers Braves game. That's going to be my favorite pick. But let's go on to Nerfy Nation. Logan, you know what time it is. The music's going. Get out the flags. Yesterday, Jorge Soler sent one to the moon, and that's how we lost the solo blast. You can't do anything there. It wasn't like it was a hit parade, but I'm confident in the one we got going today. Maybe Logan can talk about one lean because we did have a lean there. And let's talk about the one that we're going with because we're going to Tigers and Royals taking the no run first inning, minus 105 on BetMGM. We just need 6 quick and easy outs. If you want to look at the tie, you could take that too. But as always, I say if you rather take the under 0.5 runs in the first inning than instead of the tie and laying a little bit more juice. Now, on the mound for the Royals will be Brady Singer, and he's 7-2 on no first innings. Now, if you look at Singer's ERA, you notice, it's pretty high. He's struggled at times this year. He's going to get better as the season progresses, but he's been 7-2 on no first innings, been dialed in. The Tigers are 14th in first inning runs, but 21st in the first inning runs on the road where they find themselves today. And I certainly think Singer is talented enough to get out of some jams. He struggled with walking some guys this year, but I think Singer is a talented enough guy to get rid of this Tigers rotation. We've had some good luck on Tigers nerfies, had some bad luck on Tigers nerfies. So I think Singer can get me those first 3 outs. Who's on the other side, Logan?
Yeah, it's Michael Lorenzen. He's pitching for the Tigers today. Lorenzen, if you look at his nerfy numbers, 3-3 on no-run first innings this year. Not all that great. But if you look at Lorenzen, he's going to face Witt Jr. and Salvador Perez, both hitting worse averages versus left-handed pitchers. The Royals 19th in first inning runs. Look, Lorenzen is more of a pitch-to-contact pitcher, and I think actually that's really going to bode well for this pick. Because, when you're facing a pitch-to-contact pitcher, he's more than likely going to get you to roll on some ground balls, some soft contact. If Lorenzen has that going for him today, we should be really solid to get the last 3 outs that we need to take us home. The over-under set to 8.5 in this game. Right in the range we do like to pick. I'm a little bit high, but I do like the value on this one. Another one, Austin did mention, we had another lean. We looked at for a minute. We looked at the Giants, Twins, no-run first inning. That one is a solid option in my opinion as well. Both those offenses, I don't really trust them to score in the first inning. So that one could be a solid look if maybe you don't like this one. But Nerfy Nation, let's fly the flags today. We need to get a winner this week.
Oh yeah, let's get it done. That's 6 quick and easy outs. Pirates team total over, and the Dodgers Braves under and those are our 3 favorite picks. If you want to see our parlay of the day, it is live on the screen. Go click it. Go check it out on Dimers. We got another 3-leg winner hopefully coming your guys' way. We'll see you guys back again tomorrow for some more picks. Peace.